This is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, and it is April 21st, and I am here for an update. I don't have a ton of work in progress to show you guys. I have decided to share with you guys my Maynia, my Maynia plans, and I was going to skip Maynia this year because, to be honest, I haven't been feeling like new starts, which is really not like me, but I haven't for a while felt like a new start. And then I was on YouTube while my last video, my yarn video, was uploading earlier this week, and Sarah from Stitch and Mommy uploaded a video, and I don't know why I felt like watching it. I just haven't been feeling like watching much Flosstube or even knitting podcasts lately. I've been mainly listening to books, but it came up and I really wanted to watch it, so I watched it. And she is doing a Mirabilia Mania, and that got me thinking. So I checked how many Mirabilias I had on the go, and to be honest, I had more than I thought, because I'm not really into like mermaids or fairies. That's not really my thing. So I was actually surprised with the number of Mirabilias I had. I have technically 10 started, one is slated for a restart, and then 2 more that I have the fabric already for. So I decided some Maynia plans based on that. And I was about to go start talking about that, but no, plans are for later in the video. But anyways, so later in the video, I will show you my Mirabilias and what I'm kind of planning on doing for Stitch Mania this year. So there will also be a giveaway at the end of this video. I surpassed 750 subscribers. I promised a giveaway, and so I'm really excited about that. And so look for that at the end of this video. And now, without further, also, should I give the dog life update at the beginning or at the end? I guess I'll do it now, but there will be a video clip or some pictures and stuff at the end of the puppies. So they will be 8 weeks old tomorrow, and this is the age where we're supposed to start looking to rehome them. If you watch my knitting podcast, you already heard me say this, but I'm really struggling with this, like to the degree I won't even talk to my husband about it. I've had one complete meltdown, like hysterical crying. It's probably the worst crying he's ever seen in our entire relationship. I don't know why it's so hard, like, to even think about rehoming them. It's really hard for me right now. I think with not working, I've poured so much of myself and my time and my love into these puppies. Like, they got more of me than both Gracie and Georgie did when we initially got them, because I was working at the time. And so basically for the last 8 weeks, these puppies have had all of me. And also, like, I am the one who cut their umbilical cords and pulled the sac away, like made sure it broke, and suctioned the fluids out of their lungs and their nose. And then I've picked up so much poop and brushed them every day, and taught them the stairs and all of these things. I'm the one who wakes up in the middle of the night when they're crying. And so to contemplate rehoming them is very, very, very difficult for me, and I'm not entirely sure that I'm able to do it. My husband tries to talk to me about it, and I just basically shut down. I know that's not fair to do, but it's just so hard. I think about picking just one to keep, and it's so impossible. They each hold a special part in my heart, and I love them all. Like, it's even gotten to the point where I'm not really taking pictures or videos of them because the thought of having them on my phone and not having them, the puppies, is just so difficult. So, yeah, that's just kind of the update with that. They're sleeping right now, or I would show you them, but that's why I'll put some clips at the end. But if you're the praying type, I would appreciate it, because I'm really struggling, you guys. I'm really struggling. Like, even just filming this, I feel like I'm about to cry. And I don't know. It's so hard. So on to happier subjects. Well, okay, let me just say the good things though. They are doing fantastic. All of them are above the weight that both Gracie and Georgie were. Our biggest boy is headed towards 4 pounds, and when we got Gracie, she was 2.25. So they are healthy little things, which is excellent. We have them scheduled for their first set of shots on Monday, so I for sure at least have them till then. And yeah, they've all learned the stairs. They've just started to learn what treats are, because we only waited till about late last week before we gave them any treats. And we specifically got ones that are for puppies. They are pretty good about going pee on the potty pads, but not poop. So hence I pick up a ton of poop. They love outside. They love it so much. We try to keep them in just the backyard when we take them outside, because we don't want them to possibly get parvo. You might remember when we got Georgie a year ago, he had parvo, and that was really difficult. I mean, difficult because we were so scared about losing him, and it was also expensive, but our biggest worry was that we would lose him. And yeah, our Georgie boy is such a little fighter, so yeah, we don't want the puppies to get parvo, so we're very careful with them. But they love to go in the backyard, and I think that's the video clip that I will put in. But they're just so cute, because they get in so fast, and they'll just like spring out, and you can hardly keep up with them. But yeah, they like to sleep in the bed, and we got out, when Gracie was a puppy, we got some steps that lead up to the bed, and once they were able to jump on and off the bed, we put those away, because then after Gracie, Georgie used them, and now the puppies are using them, which we mainly did because they were waking me up about every 3 hours crying, and they'd either want up or they'd want to play. And so if they could just climb into the bed by themselves, I didn't mind them playing at my feet. I could sleep through that. But yeah, so now they'll come up. A few have preferred sleeping places. So James likes to sleep on top of my head, and Rosie likes to sleep more towards your lower back, and Lily wants to sleep on top of a sibling. So whichever sibling is there, she will sleep on top of. And Sammy also likes to be really close by a sibling. He's the most likely to cry. So yeah, that's the state of the puppies. They're doing really good, and we're so happy with how they've developed. So leaving puppy talk aside, I will do one other big life update before, well, I'm debating if I should tell you another life update. my husband and I have been referred to by our primary care physician to the IVF clinic. So, no set plans for when we're going to do that. We're still waiting for a call, and then the first visit will be just talking and finding out the path and the steps and stuff like that. But, we are moving forward with potentially having a child. So I'm really excited about that possibility. But of course, I have fertility problems, and so does my husband, and the chances of success are not high. I mean, even with IVF. So, I mean, even for a normal person going through IVF below 35, it's like a 39% success rate, and after you pass 35, it goes down to 12%. And I'm 32. I'll be 33 in July. And so if we're going to have a baby, we have to get the ball rolling. Because each year that passes, the chances of success get slower. So that's exciting, because I had basically started to believe there wasn't a possibility at all. And so it was really nice to hear that there is. So that's that update. And then the other update, that was the one I was debating not sharing, because it's so personal, but like I've shared a lot of personal things with you guys. So just to keep you apprised on my baby journey, hopefully. On a more secret level with that, I'm personally hoping for twins. If we manage to be successful and eggs implant and all that, I'm hoping for twins, even possibly triplets if it could go that way, because I would like to just one done and have multiple children, because I've always wanted a large family, and just to be able to have multiples, like 2 twins or triplets, would be just, I know there's a lot more complications in the pregnancies and everything like that, but I would just like to have that happen. I'm totally fine if it doesn't. At this rate, I would just like a baby, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I should probably take this segment out. We'll see what happens. Okay, so other life update, and then we'll get to the actual crafts. Imagine that, a craft channel that talks about crafts. Okay, this weekend is Dewey's 24-hour Read-A-Thon. If you were been following me for a little while, you know that I host that with my friend Gabby. We took over a year ago from Andy and Heather were the 2 previous hosts, but now it's Gabby and I. And this is an event that happens, there are 2 big official ones, one in October and one in April. And then for the last couple years, there's been a reverse Read-A-Thon that happens in July, and it's way more laid back, and it starts 12 hours earlier than the normal one does. So for me, it starts Friday at 5 p.m. as opposed to the October and the April ones start at 5 a.m. on Saturday. Gabby and I are contemplating doing another one in January, so that would be one every 3 months, and this one would be a 24 and 48. So you try to read 24 hours in 48 hours. And that would be also low-key, laid back, like the reverse Read-A-Thon. So we would probably start it at that 5 p.m. time, Pacific time, on the Friday, and have it go through the Sunday at 5 p.m. So we aren't fully committed to doing that yet, but we have been asked about a winter Read-A-Thon, and that was kind of our thoughts about what we might do. So I am going to attempt to vlog my read-a-thon this year, and we'll see how that goes. I attempted it last time, and then I don't think I ever put it up, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But anyways, Gabby created another bingo board for the day of. To complete a square on here, you just have to read 50 pages, and you can apply that 50 pages from that book to multiple squares. And so I will leave a link down below for the bingo board. I'll also leave a link to where you can sign up to be a reader. You don't have to, but it just lets us know kind of how many people are participating, keeps us kind of encouraged and motivated to keep doing it, because if not enough people are interested, this is a lot of work in the lead up to the event. And so we just want to make sure it's worth our time. At this point, I think we have 900 people signed up to read. Ideally, we'd love to get over 1,000, but being over 500 is pretty encouraging. So, yeah. You don't have to read the full day to sign up to be a reader. Even reading half an hour or an hour qualifies you as a reader. Yeah, so I highly... yeah, that's what I was going to say. During the read-a-thon, there are hourly discussion posts on the blog from other co-hosts, so volunteers who agreed to host a couple of hours on the blog. They also man the Twitter account during that time, that sort of thing. There's also hourly mini challenges, so every hour there's a new mini challenge, and that could be things from building a blanket fort, or I know what they all are because I'm the one organizing it. I just don't know why I'm mind blanking on them. Dressing up as a character from one of your favorite books, and I think one that was really interesting is she's calling it Taste the Rainbow, and you pick books for that hour that are predominantly the color of the rainbow, so you pick like 6 books, and I think you read 10 pages in either one or each of those books, and so you're tasting the rainbow. And I thought that was a really clever and fun idea. So, I mean, you don't have to do, I'm sorry, we're getting an emergency alert right now that an elderly person is missing, and it just popped up on my phone. That's really sad. Yeah, oh, I hope he gets found. Anyways, sorry about that. So, yeah, there's a lot of fun things. There's also a Facebook group and a Goodreads group, and I will leave the links for all of those things down below. And I really, really do encourage you guys to join in, even if you only read for half an hour to an hour, or put on an audiobook as you craft instead of a movie. Just something to engage your mind like that, because reading is so healthy and good for your brain. It helps prevent dementia and other related diseases like that. You know, I had a grandfather who passed from Alzheimer's, or complications because of, and just mental health is so important, and part of that is keeping our mind active and engaged, and reading helps with that so much. So I really, really recommend and encourage you to participate if you should, so please. And so yeah, I'll leave all that information down below. But without further ado, now we'll actually talk about the crafts 20 minutes into the video. I will try to remember to include a timestamp down below for anyone not interested in all of this other rambles. So, I only have 2 cross-stitch whips to share with you. The first one I've done barely anything on. And this is Peter Polar Bear from Brooks Books. This one I'm actually hoping to finish this month. Here's what he looks like now. So I just have some things to fill in, and then the border in the number 2 and backstitching, and he will be done. So I am hoping to finish him this week, actually. And then I will be able to move on to the third one in this series. The second one I have to share with you is I've done about 500 stitches since my last update. And this is Stay Up Late from, this is the Halloween Rules from Lizzie Kate. This is what it will look like in the end. And here is where I'm at. And this is another one I'm hoping to finish this square on this week. And then I will be able to move on to the next one. As I use this color in the design, so it was this branch in here, I just go to the border and then start going down with that. And that's really helped break up the border and the monotony of it. But sometimes it's so nice to just mindlessly stitch on something that's repetitive like a border. But so those are my 2 stitching updates. I have admittedly been spending the majority of my time knitting and crocheting on my granny stripes, so I don't have a ton to share. I have been doing a little bit of my English paper piecing, just doing more hexagons, and look at that cute little design. I really love this fabric line. So that's those ones. Then over here we have some like peachy and some purple. And then we have some blue. And this is the little pile I still have to finish sewing the hexies for this line. And then I can lay out the flowers. I'm definitely not going to reach my goal of doing 5 packs of mini charms this month, and that's fine. That was an overly ambitious goal. I need to tone it down a little bit. But finally, my February subscription for this mini charm pack from Fat Quarter Shop, finally they invoiced us for it, and it shipped out yesterday. So I'm really excited about that. I know that there's been a ton of problems with stores being able to get, and manufacturers being able to make the fabric lines because of everything to do with COVID, I guess. And so I'm really excited to finally be getting some more mini charm packs. And I believe we will be invoiced for April's later this month. It kind of sucks that we're being invoiced, like, I mean, you're just getting hit with double subscriptions in a month. I do kind of wish that I had been invoiced for February, in March in March, so that I'm not going to be hit with 2 in 2 months. Like, you know, that's like double the subscription amount. So that's just my personal preference. I know a lot of people prefer not to be invoiced for things before things are ready to ship. I'm not that way. I would prefer to be invoiced when the invoice would have been due. That's just me. But anyways, so I'm really excited for that to be coming and to make more progress on my hexagons. It's just is so nice and relaxing to do it. I just don't have a ton of crafty time right now. Anyways, so let's that was my 5-minute update. Let's now talk about Maynia Plans. So, like I was talking about a little bit earlier, excuse me, I need to take a sip. I have 9 to 10. Mirabilia started. The one is gonna be a restart. and 2 more where I have the fabric. I never fully kit projects because I just have so many that I just work from a master set. And I know that doesn't work for everyone, but when you have almost 200 whips, it's just the cheapest option. So, yeah, so that's just what I do. So, what I decided to do for this Stitch Mania is I have put all of them into a Tiny Decisions. Come on. Show nicely. I wonder, is there a dark mode on here? Let me see if I can change. I can change the color scheme, but apparently not the darkness setting, which kind of sucks. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyways, so I have alt. Oh, maybe I should change the brightness setting on my actual phone. Does that help? A little bit. So I have them all, 12 in there. And then over here is also where you could randomize numbers. So what I'm gonna do is I will spin the wheel. So we'll just do a trial right now. Okay, so that's red. And then I will go over here to the number picker, and I have a range of 1 to 10. So I will generate a number, 3. So then I would spend 3 hours on red. Once I complete that, I will go into the settings for all my wheels, go to the Stitch Mania, and I will change and decrease the likelihood of being rolled for red. So right now I have it set at 99, which is as high as it will go. So each time it's picked, I will go down by, well, the first one will go down by 9, but so the next one will be 90. And then if it gets rolled again, it will go to 80 and stuff like that. So while it's still on the wheel and could be rolled, there's less chance of it getting rolled, if that makes sense. And I will keep randomizing the hours. And I just think that that will be kind of fun because something could be called multiple times, or if I get a 1 or a 2, I could even work on more than one thing in a day. I'm going to try to free up as many Q snaps as I have because I leave things on Q snaps, and try to put as many of my projects on that so that I can easily just pick something up and work on it. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan with Stitch Mania. And I'm just going to do that, like, ideally I want to do it for the whole month. But if I get bored of doing that, something else calls to me, I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to try not to be too, like, harsh with myself regarding this because that tends to make me not want to do stuff. So I probably will try to vlog it again, but we'll see. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do Mania at all, but it is the last official one, and this whole idea of a Mirabilia Mania, many of these Mirabilias I started during like last year's Stitch Mania, I think, or previous years, and I don't think I've worked on them since. And so to be able to have an opportunity to work on them again is really exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. So let me quickly show you first the ones I have in progress, and then the 2 that I have with fabric, and then we'll get to the giveaway. So the first one, oh my gosh, I should have opened all these bags before starting. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have so much still to do in preparation for the Read-A-Thon that I was just trying to get this done quickly, so I didn't do as much prep before time as I would like to be able to do. Okay. So the first one is Garden Prelude, and I love this one so much. If you're new to my channel, I am contemplating not doing any of the archways and just leaving it the girl. So first I'm just going to do the girl and see how I feel about the flowers. And if I'm still wanting the flowers at that point, I will add on the flowers. And then we'll see how that looks and how I feel. But at this point, I'm not thinking I'm going to do the arches. If you get this pattern and want to start it, I also seriously recommend not buying the fancy flosses. I didn't realize it at the time, but the fancy flosses are only used in the flower colors. Like, I thought the ribbons would maybe be fancy floss, but they're not. That's DMC. And so I would really recommend you just pick some colors that you like for flowers out of your stash, because these are Karen water lilies, which are expensive, and you just don't need that for little flower colors. So that's my 2 cents. Of course, do what you want, but you could save yourself a few dollars, and I wish I had known that. I absolutely love the fabric I'm stitching this on, and I'm trying to find my little here it is. So this is on Hera from Under the Sea Fabric, and I am so in love with this fabric and also how she's looking so far on it. It's of course much nicer in person. The blues are getting washed out a little bit, but it is so pretty. I love it. So I've been working on her hair, as you can tell. But I'm really hoping this one gets rolled often, or at least once. That's the other thing with the system. Something might not ever get rolled, so we will see. Okay, I will deal with that more later. So this next one is Persephone. And I don't know that I've really worked on her since I think last March or February I started her, and I basically worked monogamously on her for like a month. And I don't think I've worked on her really since then. So I'm really excited to get back to her. So this is Persephone, and she is so pretty. I love her so much. I am stitching her on Glowing Dreams from Fiberlicious. And here is where I am at on her. So I've made some really good progress on that wallpaper that's behind her. I have been doing the back stitch as I go, and I love it so much. I would really love to be able to finish this wallpaper so that I can be able to start her. And so if that would happen, this Maynia, that would be fantastic. So, yep, this is Persephone. Next, we have Royal Games. I still need to get the companion piece for this one. And I am just stitching this on white Monaco. And I think I'm going to give it to my husband as a present eventually. He loves poker, and so this is where I'm at. And I'm just working on black. So maybe what I'll do is vlog daily. Well, I was going to say vlog daily and then do an end of the week wrap up. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Winter Queen. And I am fairly positive I started all of the queens that I have to show during last year's Maynia. So this is where she is at. This is a Color and Cotton Camelot. And that's what she looks like. So really pleased with this one. Next we have the Autumn Queen. This is what she will look like. And I am stitching her on completely different fabric. It's called Golden Oak from Fiberlicious. And I don't have much done on her yet, but I started at top with her hair. This fabric is much, okay, that's closer to true, like this. I just rest my arm on my head. But yeah, it's a much more, almost orangey looking. It's really pretty, and I think that it suits the colors of autumn. So, oh no. I'm filming. Well, I told you I was. Next we have Summer Queen. This is what she will look like. And I am stitching her on Merlot from Color and Cotton. 28 count is my preferred, so I'm pretty sure all of these are 28 count. It makes it easier to deal with beads. So I only stitched that much on her, and yeah, this was definitely one that was started last Maynia and hasn't been worked on since. And then we have Spring Queen stitched on Bellflower from Color and Cotton. This is what she will look like. I think she's so pretty. And so this is like a nice lilac-y purple. that's all I've done on her so far. Next we have the green conversion of red. This was converted by Kelly Dunn of the Evergreen Stitcher. So this is what red looks like. Here is the conversion. This is Kelly's stitching. And here is where I am at. And this is another one I've been tempted to restart, but haven't. This is a 30 count silver. I don't know beyond that. I bought it like, I mean, I was still living in Fresno, so it's gotta be almost 10 years ago. And I bought like a yard or something of it because it was highly recommended on this group I was in, and I just haven't loved it. And so, yeah, I used it for this because it's what I had on hand at the time, and I've just kind of not loved it. But this one looks okay on it. The project that I'm going to restart just doesn't even look okay. But here she is. Green conversion of red. And I think Kelly did an excellent job with this conversion. And I'm really looking forward to stitching on her some more. Then we have Lady of the Flag. And it's protective covering, Lady of the Flag. I have not fully decided yet if I will be stitching this, because I plan on stitching this more than once. So I haven't decided yet if I will be stitching this as charted. I do have the bead pack, so I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Or if I'm going to stitch it in one of the green teal conversions, like the Statue of Liberty. So at this point, I've only worked on the flag because that is something that doesn't change from conversion to conversion. And this is what it looks like at this moment. And I love how that flag looks. It looks so good. It's great. So I am so happy with how this looks so far. I was able to get the chart during that reprint. And so Georgie's trying to sneak into the room. Hi, buddy. I don't think I've worked on this in like almost a year, so it will be nice to work on it again. So that brings me to the new start / restarts. So the first one I will share with you guys is my restart. And this is Portrait of Veronica. This is what I had done already. And I know it's a lot, but you guys, I can't stand this fabric. I'm not happy with it, so I rarely work on it. So yeah, I did most of the black on that side of the dress. And I had started to fill in another color, but it's just, I'm just not happy with it. The coverage is not great. I don't like it. Hence I'm restarting it. So, the restart will not be extreme cross country like that. I'm probably going to start at her head and work down. That tends to be how I prefer to do it. This is the fabric I will be restarting her on. It's Trade Winds by Color and Cotton. And I think she will look really nice on that. So I'm really excited to finally get her restarted. I thought maybe a puppy was coming in. I heard a little bit of like scratching. Then my two complete new starts. Let's get you out of frame. Actually, it might still be in frame because I've come to realize that it will seem like okay, this is where the camera shows me that my frame is at. And then when I will be editing, I'll realize that actually goes out much further. And so it's kind of frustrating because I don't know, like, for sure what's in frame. Whatever. So we have Royal Queen. I don't know why I didn't start this last year. I had everything picked out. I think I just got burned out on new starts, and so I just didn't do it. I am planning on doing her on Color and Cotton Frog Belly. And this is what that is. And, I mean, it's a little bit more greeny green than it's showing on the camera. But, I hope that she will look good on this. It was so hard to pick out a fabric for this one. So that also might have been part of why I didn't start it last year. Sorry. My mom says when I yawn, I usually need a drink. That I'm talking so much, I'm not getting enough oxygen. But anyways. So, that's probably why I didn't start it last year. I'm still not 100% convinced about my fabric choice, but at this point I just want to get it started and going. Oops. My last new start, hopefully, if it gets spun, will be Raven Queen. Am I still missing a couple colors? I have a note on here. Midnight. Oh my gosh, I think I am. I didn't realize I was actually missing a couple colors. So I might need to quickly get that order in. Or I'll look on the pattern and see if I can stitch around it and not use it yet. Yes, I am. I am missing 2 Krynics and a Karen Water Lilies. Well, I forgot about that. Anyways, so this is the fabric I will be stitching it on. It is called Gothic from Picture This Plus. And I think she will look so dramatically beautiful on this. I have also contemplated ordering this fabric again to see if I can get a piece with the dye placement a little nicer. On the preview online, there should be more purple in here than there is. I don't actually see much of any purple in person. But I will probably go with it as is. So it is very dark and moody, and I think that that will suit the Raven Queen. Let me pull her out. So I'm really excited to start this one. This is one I've wanted to start for literally years. I think I bought the pattern last year with a gift card from my husband. And yeah. So that is my Mirabilia Maynia lineup. I'm really looking forward to starting it and doing it. Of course, as you guys know, if you follow my channel, I'm a moody stitcher. And so if I'm not in the mood to stitch on something, I'm just not going to do it. So we will see what actually happens when it comes to Maynia. Finally, let's get down to the giveaway. So, I reached 750 subscribers. I wasn't sure that was ever going to happen, but it did, and I'm super happy. I will be hosting this giveaway for about 2 weeks. The first video in May will be the cutoff for the giveaway. I'm sorry. I will be including, not this one, but a project bag in this style where it velcros and flaps. I use Vanna the Twisted Stitchers tutorial. I know that she rounds her corners. That is not my preference. I prefer square. Well, I guess a rectangle. But then I have Velcro on it, and it's pretty spacious on the inside. So I will be making and sending a project bag as well as a piece of fabric. This is a 40 count Newcastle linen from the Crafty Kitten, November 2017 limited edition. I was gifted this about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and it is such a beautiful piece of fabric, and I really wanted to keep it and use it, but 40 count is just too small for my eyes. So I'm hoping whoever wins this loves 40 count, because this fabric really deserves a nice project. Hang on, let me pull it out. I mean, it's a lovely purple and pink. It's actually, I think, lighter than it's showing up on the camera. It's so beautiful. It really is. So I hope that this finds the perfect home for someone who can use it and not just stare at it. I mean, I have been so tempted so many times to try to use this fabric, but even with glasses, 40 count is just too small for me. So, yeah. I will also be including a needle minder. This one says handmade with love, and a silk for you. This is PR 131, and I think that actually it looks nice. The reason I picked this one is because I thought it looked nice with the fabric. You don't have to use them together at all, but I thought like all these things were pretty nicely color coordinated. So I may go through my stash and find a few other bits and bobs to throw in, but no guarantees. So you will for sure get a project bag, a needle minder, a piece of fabric, and a Dinky Dies. I do ask that to enter this giveaway, you are actually a cross stitcher. I also have one running on my latest knitting podcast. And so if you knit or crochet or weave, you can enter that one too. So you can be entered into both. I just ask that you actually participate in the craft that the giveaway is for. Otherwise, it's just not fair to other people who actually would utilize those objects. So you have about 2 weeks to enter. I will be getting this up tomorrow, Thursday. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, what you need to say in the comments below. So, well, with knitting and crochet, I asked them to tell me what they like to make. But like with cross stitch, I mean, you're making cross stitch. So, I guess tell me, I should have thought of this before. I'm so sorry that this is so like flying by the seat of my pants. I'm just trying to get things done. Tell me what your favorite color schemes to use are. Maybe like, okay, no, scratch that one. Tell me what kind of like imagery you might like on a project bag. No guarantees that that's what will happen because I'm pulling from my own fabric stash, but ideally, what kind of a theme? I think the last giveaway I did, the person wanted a nautical theme, and so I was able to do that. But again, there's no guarantees because I have what I have, and that's about it. So yeah, let me know that down below. You have about 2 weeks, and I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy some puppy clips. Bye. Playing and exploring outside. James decided this massive stick was the perfect size, so he dragged it a little while. Hello. Rosie the grass eater. Fighting over a stick because there aren't others. We have to fight about this one. Sammy? Sammy Sam's is missing. Probably over by the door. In the pink we have Rosie, and in the purple we have Lily. This is Samwise Gamgee. He's a big boy. And this is Jamie, or James, and he's cuddling a toy. And this is a corner where they all like to sleep. They're all so cute.